is a flashlight no longer just a flashlight? You can pinpoint the date to exactly sometime in June 2013 when Xtar introduced the B20 pilot. It's not a flashlight as much as a complete portable lighting solution. Luckily, you bought the light last month, before you couldn't pay the power bill. When introducing the B20 pilot, Xtar thought of everything. The B20 flashlight is a high-quality, high-output LED flashlight that uses lithium-ion batteries. Not sure if you have lithium-ion batteries, or maybe the words lithium and ion sound confusing to you. Or maybe you've owned tons of lithium-ion batteries and flashlights and you're just looking for the next coolest light. Xtar has both types of people covered because they offer the B20 pilot in 2 packages. The full set, which is reviewed in this video, includes absolutely everything you need to operate this light. Or you can get the basic set, which just includes the flashlight, lanyard, belt clip, extra O-ring, documentation, and holster. The light itself is made from super high quality components and it's constructed out of aircraft grade 6N01 aluminum alloy. It has a high quality tempered glass lens that's optically coated for maximum light transmittance. It uses a Cree XML U3 LED which has an ultra long lifespan of 50,000 hours. Anyway, you're like me, you decided to go with the full set. Great, that's a smart decision because it not only includes everything found in the simple set, but it also includes a high quality lithium-ion battery, a battery charger with a 120 volt wall outlet adapter, and a cigarette lighter adapter. It also includes the sweet case that organizes everything. I mean, you need a little organization in your life anyway, just like your mom said. You're probably thinking to yourself, ooh, it includes a charger. Big whoop, right? Well, the great thing about the included MP1S charger is the flexibility in power options. The charger owes its flexibility and charging options to the USB-based power cord design. You can either charge the battery via the USB port on your computer, which is probably the slowest method, or you can use the standard wall outlet, or finally you can use the cigarette lighter adapter in your car, which is called a 12-volt adapter nowadays because someone decided smoking is no longer cool. So now you've charged your battery. What about the light? Well, you're in luck because this is a very well-made light with super long run times. It has 4 different output level modes and a hidden strobe feature. The light has the modes laid out the following way. High puts out about 600 lumens, which I measured a tail cap power draw of 1.25 amps. High mode has a usable light output of 3.5 hours. Next, there's turbo mode, which is about 1000 lumens. It has a verified tail cap power draw of 2.53 amps. This mode has a usable output of 3.5 hours. The difference between high and turbo mode is that the starting lumen output is much higher on turbo than in high, even though they both have similar run times. Now, there's medium mode, which outputs about 250 lumens with a verified tail cap current of 0.53 amps. This mode gives a whopping 6.5 hours of usable light output. Finally, there's low mode, which outputs about 30 lumens and gives you 30 to 35 hours of usable low light. While lumen ratings cannot be verified by the reviewer, the tail cap currents and run times are accurate. Run times were measured by leaving the flashlight on for a continuous amount of time. It should also be noted that the brightness of the flashlight steadily decreases over the length of the run time, but the output reduction is gradual and reliably steady. In runtime tests, the flashlight continued to operate hours after what is referred to by the reviewer as usable light, but it operates at significantly reduced output levels. At the point the battery reaches 2.6 volts, The light intelligently shuts off and cannot be turned back on without charging the battery. This is called low voltage protection and is a great feature in better lithium-ion powered lights. Or if you don't want to worry about voltage ratings or don't know anything about power protection modes, if you notice the light begin to significantly dim, just recharge it. The B20 Pilot both accepts protected and unprotected 18650 and 18700 sized lithium-ion batteries. If you are a new user to lithium-ion batteries, it's probably best to use protected cells. Xtar makes a full line of high-quality protected cells for use in its flashlights. So if you're unsure about what cell to buy, Xtar probably makes a cell for its own flashlight. The B20 Pilot is also current regulated and employs no high-frequency pulse width modulation, commonly called PWM, to achieve lower brightness levels. If you do not understand what that meant, it basically means the light output is nice and even on all modes with no flickering. So the light has 5 total modes. The switch type is a standard forward-clicking, momentary on type switch. It employs mode memory, which remembers the last mode you used before you turned it off. Mode memory is activated when the light is off for more than 2 seconds. To switch between various modes, all you have to do is click the light on and off in about 1 second intervals. To use the momentary on feature, just hold the switch down about 3/4 the way, right before it clicks and it turns on. It works sort of like a Maglite switch. You can also switch between modes this way without fully turning the light on, as long as you do it in under 2 seconds. The light also has a hidden steady flashing strobe mode. This function is rarely used, and thankfully it takes a little bit of practice to be able to activate so you don't inadvertently turn on strobe mode. To access it, first have the light off, then you have to very rapidly half press the switch, release, and then immediately fully press it, all in quick succession. You'll get the hang of it after you try it a few times. Remember, even though it's a double press type motion, you only are going to hear 1 click. When you turn the light off after you've had it in beacon strobe mode, it will not remember it until you activate the strobe mode again. Next up are the outdoor beam shots. In this first photo, what you have are a few objects in my yard. The 3 objects I will be highlighting are as follows: the wooden barrier at 68 feet, the ivy at about 210 feet, and then the extreme throw test to try and illuminate the 40-foot tall light tower, which has a base that's about 230 feet away. Okay, first up is the Xtar B20 Pilot illuminating the wooden barrier at about 68 feet away, using high, turbo, medium, and low modes. Alright, now let's do just a 3 comparison of the turbo modes. Here's the B20 on turbo, the EA4W on turbo, and the Asgard on turbo. From some estimates on the internet, the EA4W is about an 800 lumen light. The Asgard is estimated to pump out about 900 lumens. This should give you a rough estimate on the lumen output of the Pilot. Now remember that the Pilot has a much smaller reflector than the other 2 lights. Alright, for this test we're just going to show the Xtar B20 Pilot illuminating the vines that are about 210 feet away. We're going to do this on high, turbo, medium, and low. And finally, here's the extreme throw test. One has to remember in this test that the reflector, again, is considerably smaller than both of the other lights. So they're going to outthrow the B20 Pilot. While it doesn't throw quite as far, it actually illuminates more of the pole than the other 2 lights, so it has a better spill. Okay, here's a quick disassembly of the light. There are a lot of high quality components on this light, including including the stainless steel bezel, the high quality coated glass lens, a polish reflector, an XML U3 emitter, gold-plated springs on either end of the battery, ensuring a solid connection, and a great switch that's not too firm and not too mushy. Alright, and now there's a few other things to note. The light is waterproof down to 2 meters, so rain and shallow submersion will not affect its performance. This makes the light great for wet climates, rainy weather, and also protects it if you drop it into the water. It also works great as a bike light. Just buy a flashlight bicycle mount from wherever bike accessories are sold. This mount was purchased on eBay. The clip that comes with the B20 Pilot is fully removable, or if you decide to use a lanyard, it has a quick detach feature. Also, say you remembered your oil light came on earlier today while driving. It's midnight and you woke up from a deep sleep. The Xtar's bright output and compact size come in handy if your porch light is burnt out. Alright, I think that about does it. Visit www.xtarlight.com for manufacturer and purchase information. That's www.xtarlight.com. Alright, thanks for watching.